To edit that. All right, marker added, which means that when I edit this, and I guess it's like minimal editing, what I do is I create a highlight in Twitch, which allows me to export without showing the starting soon screen for the 5 or so minutes that it was on. So that can go down there. Got my water, got everything. As I said, happy Friday. I hope that you're all having a great Friday, about to be the weekend, and a great week. Let me double check that things here, that needs to be over to the right. It looks like I have some things open that I don't want open. That was pretty much it. Firefox is over on the right. All right, I think that's all good. So with that, okay, stream is looking good so far. All right, where were we last time? We had begun creating our first Vue component to go into Laravel, and I was kind of doing this like super fast. The landing page component is what we had created. And so this is all we have right here, just a hello from Vue. And I guess the problem is I just took a look at this and edited it. I didn't do anything about that. We also have this app.js, and it has this entire thing where I'm importing Vue from Vue, importing Vue-Router from Vue-Router, and then importing the landing page component. Then I'm configuring, like, creating my routes object, and then setting up the router, and then handing that in to app right here, which isn't being used. I don't know exactly when to use that. And let's see, what else do we have? I think I don't necessarily want to use Bootstrap here. I don't think we need that. Move to trash. In views, and welcome to Blade. Cowtel, good morning. What do you mean you don't know when to use it? Probably just my morning like rambling and not really sure exactly what. So this app variable, I don't know when I'm going to use the app variable yet. Like, for example, in Angular, I could use this to add components, but also I wouldn't necessarily need to use this variable itself. I could use the full Angular constructor or object and then grab the components directly off of there, like, yeah, or register components directly onto Angular. And so I don't know if it's going to be the same thing with Vue or not, mainly because I'm not familiar with Vue. I'm still super new to it. And morning. Okay, so I've got that. Let's go to welcome and see what we got here. I think one of the big problems that we didn't do is script source. We kind of need to pull in Angular. Oh, I'm sorry, Angular, Vue. Oh yeah, you never use app. Just feels nice having a name there. I mean, I guess, but if I was to have, what is it? A linter, it would be yelling at me because, like, hey, you can't do that. Okay, so for source, what is going to happen is it's going to compile and put into public here. So in the JS and app. So where's Vue? Oh, this is everything. So it's going to compile Vue together too. Okay, so /js/app.js. You can put a semicolon on the end of calling Vue and then use app mount on the next line to make use of it. Ooh, okay, so hold on. Let me see where that is. This is resources, not in don't want to be in public. App. Oh, the way that this is right here. So what you're saying is I could come down here and then do app. Well, okay, yeah, that makes sense because this was on the return value of app. So if I do this, if in the future I want to put app into its own folder or put this into another folder, like some kind of configuration file, I could then do that. I guess it doesn't really matter right now. Yeah, it would make the linter happier, although I guess that would work too, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I need to compile this. So down here, this is going to be npm run dev to compile, which is another step we forgot last time. Of course, we ran into an error. Cannot find module selectors root. Okay, what file is this in? You could just use element app inside the object. Mount is supposed to be for mounting at a time you feel comfortable, but I never know when you should be using it, so I always just have it on. Oh, wait, inside the object, that would be in here, where I could then just say, is it L app like that? Also, did I actually call it app? I did. It is an app. I guess I could try that. The problem here being that we have this compile problem now. Yeah, those are the same but also different. Oh, I love those. All right, well, I think this error has nothing to do with that. All right, let's see if there's anything that's not internal or node modules. Now I'm also trying to run this inside of Homestead, this command, and I suppose that there's a chance that that it's very unhappy with JavaScript inside of there. Some of my coworkers at work were telling me that they just can't really run node commands inside of their vagrants. Yeah, this is everything is inside of node modules. Or just internal, which is completely unhelpful to me. Oh, you bet it's just a very niche situation? I mean, if it works, like I'm not going to worry about what is the best right this second, but eventually I'll probably want to figure that out. Okay, let's try this not inside of. So let's go to code, builds, project idea holder. Let's try this, npm run build. Sorry, npm run dev. Okay, so it's the same problem. So it's not like Vagrant causing this. Something somewhere is referencing a selector's root. And I don't know if that's mine or if that's Vue. or Vue-Router. I guess it probably would be better to not load up Vue-Router this quickly like this. The other thing that I could do is go find my other application that I was playing around with that got Vue-Router working and see what that is. So code, playground. Ooh, which one was it? I think it was project. Let's open up code here and take a look at what I did here. It was sufficiently long enough ago that I don't remember. Oh, that's mine. That's the other one. So if we take a look at package.json here, we will see that Vue is here. Not Vue-Router. So I guess I didn't install that. Under, let's see, JS components. Oh, you know what? I don't think I necessarily created the Vue. Oh, I see. Okay, L app. There's that. Oh, am I missing this part? Vue component. I think I'm missing this part. So I need to... You really like the idea of just getting things working and not understanding how they work and then worrying about how they work and its performance later. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of evidence that the way we learn is not by like going through and looking at theories and other things. It's just by doing things. And then once we get confidence up by actually doing things successfully, then we can start sort of breaking it. And I guess I call it like the opposite of learning, where you cut away what it isn't, and that's how you learn what it is. Stacking, you're back. Or at least I'm back at the time that you could watch. But regardless, welcome back. It's been a long time. Let's see. So I think I need this, but where is this then placed? Let's go to the documentation. Vue.js components. Okay, so defining a new component. So then template, you just bring that in. Is this just define a new template? Sorry, define a component and then I just use a string for like what the component is? I know, so a lot of things have happened stacking since we were last on. So I don't know if you heard about my concussion or that entire fun, but during that I couldn't work, and then I ended up getting laid off along with the rest of the engineering team at the company I was working at. So, I mean, the positive is that gave me a lot of time to just recover and not have to worry about work. But it did mean that as soon as I felt recovered, I had to find a new job, which I did. So I'm working for a company named Health Scholars, and they are a kind of sort of gaming company, but it's not really also. It's a hospital training, like staff training company, but they use virtual reality, VR games to sort of like do the training and simulations and everything else. So that's really cool. I'm not on the VR team. I'm on the platform team, which is a PHP Laravel application to schedule using the VR system. Yeah, I know, it was a pretty nasty thing. Anyways, that's why I'm got a lot of PHP stuff going here, but that's because I'm learning the stack so that way I can do the stuff at work. As pretty much as soon as I've got myself like up to speed with PHP, I'll probably switch back to Rust, because that is the fun language to use. I mean, everything is fun, but that's super fun. So here's what I want to try. If we come into, this is the other one, come back to here, let's register a route. I need to look, view component, name of route, and then okay, so we've already imported the template, and then default, okay. And then their example component.view is pretty much exactly this. There's no export here. Oh, there is. We do need this, export default. Oh, okay. I'm gonna put this side by side. So in landing page, I was wrong to delete everything there. We're gonna need export default just an empty object, and then we need a mounted object off of this. I don't know if we need anything in here. I guess we could have this console log, but I'm just going to leave this blank for right now. The thing that will really let us know if this works is this h1 tag. Okay, so it's going to register as a global component, and then I'm going to access that global. Yeah, so that's the idea right here. Is I think this is incorrect. I'm just putting the component file, this .view file, directly into routes, and I think that's incorrect. I think what I need to do is do view dot component, and then we're gonna have we'll just call this landing page and hand it landing page. And then here, this could be the string landing page. Okay, let's see if that makes it any happier. I'm gonna close you. New compile test, npm run dev. Nope, no happier. It still can't find module selectors root. Do you know what might be good idea? Is to just not do any of this to begin with and like start over with this. So if let's say I just take app.js and we just do a console log working. Save that, then heck, if I just even remove the components folder here, we're just gonna remove all Vue stuff. What else in resources do I have? Lang, I don't know. Oh, this is all part of the, this is all part of, okay, the stuff. Sass, we don't really care. Well, don't think I care about Sass stuff. And then the views should be fine. Oh. What is this complaining about again? Selector is a root. Was there something in one of these templates that's trying to reach? So this is my app.blade.php is trying to grab in app.js. I don't think I need that. Because I'm having that at welcome. And there's no other script. Okay, and then welcome. If I don't do any of you, just something really simple like this. Hopefully it should compile. And if it doesn't, then I've got something else going on. Yeah, this is... I wonder if this is a Webpack problem. And do I have a node modules folder? I do. So I npm installed. You wish the Vue had a command line argument to just reset the entire thing? Keep on using this word compile. Well, I mean, it's compiling using Webpack. So it's like pulling everything together and putting it in. I mean, it's running their scripts to do that. All right, I kind of want to try in here. Let's go code. We'll go into my playground. We'll go Laravel, and I guess I'm just going to do Laravel new testing. So my plan here is to go into testing and just run install Composer, install npm, and then run the dev just to see if it works as that is. And then maybe I can see the difference of what I did. Testing, okay, so it already did the Composer install, but we need an npm install. It's fun how long these take. Okay, so that works, and then npm run dev. Have I been bitten by any of the auto battler games yet? No, I haven't. I haven't even. So I've heard about auto chess, and then I just heard that League of Legends set up their own like auto battler things, but I haven't like actually gone and taken a look at it. Okay, so that worked. I wonder. Let's take a look at their package.json. I wonder if I'm missing something. Vue template compiler. Okay, so let's move this to the right. would be a lot of fun would be to learn how to record something live with OBS and send that data stream to clients for a mini Twitch-like platform. Oh, you mean so like not going through Twitch, but going straight to people's computers? So ignoring any servers? You know, I once tried to look into that, and unfortunately, the only tool that I thought would be able to help would be what was it? It was Adobe, unfortunately. Yeah, there's WebRTC for sending the data, but I need something there to record the screen. And I don't know what I could do to do that. Well, I mean, OBS and Twitch both use RTMP, but isn't that for sending the data? Or is that for like actually looking at the screen? Because the recording the screen part, that's the really hard part. So I'm missing Vue template compiler. Resolve, let's see, Popper, Lodash, Laravel. I need this. Oh. So let's try npm install. It thinks it needs it as a dev dependency. You just need to receive the data using RTMP. You can still use OBS for recording. Oh, that would be very interesting. But if I remember one of the problems is, well, that'd be really interesting to do. But I bet the latency would be horrible because you don't have like a server, like a centralized server that's slowing things down to make sure that everybody's getting it at the same time. You help build another streamer build a tool where him and his friends can watch TV shows together. That's pretty cool. Okay, so let's try this. npm run dev again. Hey, this is a lot better. It's actually trying to do something now. Hey, look at that, it worked. Okay, so apparently we needed the Vue template compiler. So all of that stuff I deleted, we can put back now. I guess like before we do that, let's actually open this up. So refresh, open up, you go to console, and here's our working. So I'll put this off to the right. Over here, move you to the left. So this is our project idea holder. Under resources, JS, app. Okay, so import Vue from Vue. Import. So also it looks like we didn't properly bring in Vue-Router either, which I think is a little bit odd that we didn't do that right either. So we needed to have installed Vue-Router. So this is a terrible. I'm just gonna switch over to use this when we need to use the terminal. Okay, so npm install -save dev Vue-Router. I will take a look at that. Let me save that into my other browser. I'll take a look at that later because that sounds like it would be pretty cool to see. But until then, let's go ahead and get back to here. So we've installed Vue-Router. So I think it's a Vue-Router from Vue-Router. We need to go and re-look at the documentation for Vue-Router. Oh, right. We're going to need this entire div ID that has the app in it. And then we're going to need a router view. And then we'll be able to create our templates and everything else. This is interesting. This is showing, oh, I guess these are different because they're all like together in one file, which is not really helpful. I've never really liked these tutorials that show you ways that like don't actually help you do anything. These to me feel like candy. Very sweet, makes you feel good, doesn't help you whatsoever. All right, well, we'll kind of follow it. So in our app dot, no, we don't, doesn't need the app.blade. Welcome.blade. We're bringing in app.js inside a body. We're gonna have a div ID equals app. And inside of here, we need this router view. And then that's just gonna be plain sitting there. Oh, yeah. I don't have anybody that I want to watch that kind of stuff with right now, but that it'll be a fun like thing to look through the source code for. Okay, so that's the HTML change. Then we're going to have our JavaScript, and so we're going to create our template. Now I'm not going to create the template in here. We're going to create that in JS, not a new file, new folder. We're going to name components, and then new file in that called landing page component.view. I think that's how they called it. And then I think it was, we need the template, scaffold template. Okay. We'll just have an h1 tag, hello from Vue. And then I remember we need a script tag. Export default, and I guess we could just do another console.log. Also, hello from Vue. Oh, this is an object. Right, I think this is where we go mounted. Is this a function? And I'll just put this in here. I'm not sure. We're just gonna figure it out. Okay, so we have this component. It's going to export default from here. So an app, we're now going to import. So import landing page component from components, landing page component. You are so wrong. Okay, like that. Okay, so I think we have the basics for the component now. I need to register the component. Or can I do this? Like, I don't know, maybe like this is the template. This is not really helpful for this. I think I'm gonna have to do like the view. But can I do that before, or does it have to be after the view? Yeah. Component basics. I guess it'd be nice to know if it needs to be before or after. I guess I'll just try it before. You don't know if an arrow function would ruin its scope? You know what? It might. So is this normally like a function? Because the problem is I haven't seen, I guess that'd be, that's a lifecycle thing, isn't it? Let's just make this full screen. Okay. Oh, so this just makes them available anywhere, but I don't necessarily need to use it like that. New view components. You could define your components as plain JavaScript objects, but what does that mean? Is that what it's going to be? Import component A from component A. Export default components component. Oh. Okay, so maybe I don't need this entire view dot component. So maybe I was right the first way, where I can now create the routes, because I have this. I have my component like this. I can now create a route. So const routes, and this is just going to be an array of objects, which is going to have like path slash component landing page component. So we have that. I'm going to create the router. We'll just put routes into there. And then we're going to have this entire we'll put the router in, and then at the end of this save you. Okay, so over here, I believe that instead of run npm run dev, I can just do npm run watch, and it will do the same thing as run dev, except it will be watching for file changes. It is a function, but you've never seen it as an arrow. Okay, well, let's find out. Successfully compiled. Cannot find element app. Well, there's element app right here. So that's not the most helpful. Okay, so back to Vue.js. If I want to go into I want to connect it to element app. I guess I could try the L instead of this mount. This is a CSS selector, right? That's what the pound is for. Or do I have to like add in something else? Console. Can I find element app? Is it something like Angular where I have to add in something to the tag itself, to like view app or something? So div ID app, that seems right. Oh, is it a script tag order thing? I bet you're right. I bet because it's up here, this doesn't exist yet. So it's not waiting for the DOM. So I need to put this down here. Maybe. Unknown custom element router view. Did you register the component correctly? Probably not. So router view. How do I register? So unknown router view. Make sure to inject the router with the router option to make the whole app router aware. Well, so I have this routes, which is really just this path and components. I mean, so I've moved on to the next debugging step. I mean, is that not, I would think that that's ready for it. Okay, so what exactly is the problem here? Unknown custom element router view. Did you register the component correctly? Probably not. So let's go look up to see how we're supposed to register components. These are just my components, isn't it? Vue use Vue-Router. Okay. Was that not in these instructions at all? Or did I miss it? Yeah, look at this. This initial documentation doesn't have a Vue use. Huh, okay. At the end of installation. Oh, is it this part of here? Oh, I still don't see Vue use. I'm probably looking at the wrong place. Vue-Router is installation. Oh, the file I skipped. Vue use Vue-Router. Okay, got it. So that is going to be here. Interesting. So that's probably above. So Vue dot use Vue-Router. Oh, of course. Oh, right. I forgot I had watched. So that worked. We now have a component running. Thank you, Danny. So hello from Vue. Also hello from Vue. We have full components set up. We should probably install the Vue dev extensions too. Get the Chrome extension, add to Chrome. Back to you, turn that on. Vue.js not detected. Oh, okay. I don't know why that. Okay, so that's not helpful. Well, I guess I'll play around with that later. Okay, so we have our entire landing page. Let's see what we were supposed to be doing this entire time. README. Okay, so we're trying to get our unauthenticated landing page. So this is going to be basically just like a welcome to the project list, and then links, and probably some kind of top menu bar. We could start playing with that. So let's do that. Here's our landing page component. I don't even know if I need to mount it at all. If I don't have you, let's just save, refresh, you still work. I'm going to do a section with a. So I want to bring in other templates. And I guess I need to register those components first, globally. How do I want to do that in here? Like, do I pull those in and then I can access them? Well, I mean, eventually I will. I guess I could just build this out right now in here. So for example, okay, we have this section. We're going to want a top menu bar. So I can just put that here. We'll have section class equals top menu. We're going to need CSS for this too. I think we have this entire Sass thing. So app.sass. We don't need any of you. All right, so what do we want? Oh wait, doesn't Vue have CSS embedded in it? Because I vaguely remember watching CJ's Coding Garden streams and seeing that he was putting his styles inside of the components. So I feel like that's the Vue way to go. See, I don't know if I want, okay, so that's just adding a class, and then there's Vue bind. Oh, is this a way to like basically say if whatever the class is active, then this is the class to do, or this is the class to do if this is true. If this is true, also add this in. But that's not what I want necessarily. The key is the name of the class and the value is the Boolean for activating that class. Right, but I don't need that right now. Template syntax. That's just for the, I just want to know what the .vue files are supposed to look like. That's not helpful. Components basics. Interesting. I saw a listening to child component events, which seems a little bit weird. I usually don't think of the component being aware of the child, but just rather props being passed around, and then those props might change. So that's not, it's not helpful to me. Style tag is all you need in a single Vue file for doing CSS. What I would love to see is like where it says that you can do that here. Like, because this is just implement installation. I guess I haven't really seen the Vue file. Oh well, we'll just try. We'll just do that. Do what you suggest, Cowtel, and ignore that, and maybe I'll find it later. Okay, so I don't need. I mean, I guess I could say Vue is empty, but it won't matter. We have this section, so we have this script, and I guess down here we can have a style with CSS. So if I do section dot top menu, if I want to say something like, okay, it's going to have a height of, let's say, 50 pixels. It's going to have a background color of black. And width should just automatically be 100%. If I do that, yeah, so that just shows up right here. I do need to have a global changing. I wonder where that would be. So I could just have this app.scss and just put our global stuff here, where I can say, okay, HTML and body, I want you to have a margin of 0 and a padding of 0. Scoped CSS, that's where okay. So I don't know where to find that in just here. I guess I know that if I come up here, CSS, scoped, guide, scoped CSS. That oh, you're looking at something called Vue-Router.Vue.js. Where did you go? Where did you get that? Because it's maybe a style guide. No, that's just how to make it look. It's a link from single file components. Component scope CSS. Okay. That I don't know if I was going to be able to find that. That's really fascinating that they hit that all the way here. But all right, I think this works. When a style tag has the scoped attribute, its CSS will apply to elements of the current component only. This is similar to the style encapsulation found in Shadow DOM. Wait a second. So what you're saying is that in here, let's move this to like a div. I could just put this as section, and it would only apply to this section and not any of the others. That's actually pretty cool. I do need to bring in this app.scss. I think we come to public. Here's this app.css that we created. There we go. So here's the top sort of bar as it is. If I if I add scoped, I have to add that scoped in. Like that. Which won't change anything here, but if I add in later, sections, then it becomes more important. But that seems to be pretty cool. So if I change this now to be our top menu bar, I'm going to want to put this in its own template because I'm going to want the top menu bar everywhere. I guess I want to register that as a component and then put that here, essentially like top menu. That's what I'm guessing. So let's add a new. Okay, I guess we need our template. In our template, we're just going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to use a section tag. We're not going to put anything in here. Do we always need a script tag? I think we do, right? So script to JavaScript, export default, and then a style that's scoped. And then here we're just going to have a section, and we'll put this. We'll do this entire same thing, except maybe I'm just going to put a border bottom. So a height of like 50 pixels and a border bottom. What are you upset about? Oh, I thought I could just, what did I do differently in this other one? Nothing. Style scoped. Oh, section, no colon. Border bottom, 1 pixel solid gray. Yeah, I sometimes get confused and accidentally put colons instead of just here, right here, because I'm so used to like when a block opens that I need like a colon or something next to it. But all right, so if I do that, then in app.js I want to import this in. So top menu. I guess I don't need to call this component, don't I? Just top page. This one is top menu from components / top menu components. Save that, and then we have Vue use here, and then we're also going to set up a Vue.component. Top menu, I think. Component registration. Okay, so Vue component, my component name, and then the component. And then theoretically, I can come back to welcome and use top menu here. Save Vue, and then inside of landing page, we're not going to have you anymore. We don't really care about you. Save. I guess what I could do is put an H1 in here to show that it's going to be below. I would just say landing page. Yeah, so that works. So here's this first component right here with our border bottom, and then our H1 landing page goes right there. So this seems pretty simple and easy, sort of to get into Vue for this and start building things, which with like minimal research into the framework, which is really nice. Okay, what's next here? I want to probably put like the title right here, and then that will be a link that comes back to slash. That will be in our top menu. So here's our section. So on the left side, and I'm probably going to want like a left side and a right side. So we could have a div branding. And so inside of here, we'll just have a project idea holder. So there that is. We'll need to center this. Now we have this as height 50 pixels. We can center that by using the, what is it, line height. And make that the same. And yeah, stacking this that would be great. I am streaming again on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays around GMT -6 right now. So hopefully you'll be able to stop by. But it was great having you, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day. Okay, so we have our project idea holder. Having like a graphic for this would be really nice. Somehow you got unfollowed. Let me follow again. Yeah, that's yeah, that would be great. Love to have you in the family again. I get do I want everything to be like tabbed in by the same amount down here? I don't know. See you. Have a good day. Let's for right now just put in I think like a margin left of like one rem. Ooh, that's not right because that margins. Is this padding? Yeah, that's what I wanted. Padding left. Although in reality, it's this div that I want down there. So that's the section. I really want this to be the section, just the first div inside of it. And we'll put this padding left. This can be a margin left, I guess. Yeah, that works a lot better. And then I also want this to be a link. You know, and I wonder if this, instead of like a div, if I made this like an H1. We have a line height. I wonder if that would be better down here too. Oh, a line height won't really help with the size. It's like the font size needs to change. And I think I just want to do something like, well, if I'm having an exact like 50 pixels top to bottom, then I'm going to want this to be something like 45 pixels. Oh, no, apparently not. Is that by width, not by height? Let's try like 1.5 rem. Oh, you know what? I think what the problem is that H1s have margins, don't they? I need not that one. .scss. So margin body and H1. There, that's all I really needed. In fact, do I even need this? No, not really. That's fine there too. Save that. Okay, and this needs to be a link that goes back to slash. So we need to look at the router and creating links. And it looks like that's just router link 2. So I wonder if I want to put that in here. So save that. Oh, I somehow lost project. Okay, and this will go to slash. So I click it, and it just brings me back to slash, which is what I wanted. So if I don't want this to be purple, I'm gonna need to. Let's see, in this, I guess in this H1, but I guess it's also a tag, like a link. So it's really going to be like the section H1 a tag. Right now I'm doing this because I'm not sure I want any other links to sort of not have this styling here. So I'm just going to put that and say, what is it? Text decoration is going to be none. That's going to make it lose the underscore. The visited color. So the color is already black. Well, I need to set that. So color is, we'll make it black again. but that won't help here because I also need to do a section h1 a visited, and pretty much the exact same thing that's unvisited. Is there an unvisited? Oh, I don't remember what the different states of it. I guess unvisited is just the normal color. Okay, and then in here we're gonna have, this is also color black. All right, so then that shows we can now hover over this and we'll come back to the project page. I guess I can do a hover so that way if you come over this, you'll see that it changes to like some color slightly, but this also works. So okay, let's just click on as and we'll go home. And then on the right, we're gonna want links to go log in. So create an account, log in, log out. And besides that, probably like a link to the projects. So because this is a nav. And then I don't really know what design I want for like the main part of the page. I sometimes leave this to the very end because I could use screenshots from the app that as it exists, as opposed to like, here's what it's going to be. Good luck figuring it out. Let's go back to our README. So we have an unauthenticated landing page. Technically, we have that. We have a login register account page. We're probably going to want to recreate those instead of using the ones that we get from the auth, from Laravel auth. And then this will be interesting to sort of set up the GitHub auth too. All right, so I'll just leave this as landing page for right now, and we'll come back to it later. So I guess technically we have this, and then landing page we're gonna have like list of projects, vote on projects, share projects on Twitter. I think we're gonna have to change this to be my projects, and then we're gonna have to have another landing page. And this is going to have information about the app. And maybe links to the different streamers projects. That's all I can really think about right now. Okay, so next will be our login and register account page. In Laravel, we do have the routes for authenticating, logging in, logging out. We're going to need to sort of set that up. But I want to, maybe in our last few minutes, make sure that we have this saved and pushed up, because I think this is all working right now. If I close all of you, hit refresh. Yeah, you seem to be working. So what do we got here? Set up Vue-Router and a basic component. So I want to push that up, but I also want to put this into the master branch. So I'm currently on the creating Vue component. So I want to git checkout master, git, let's make sure we have the latest. We do. Git, we're going to merge in the creating Vue component, and then git push. So that goes up there. We should now also be able to go into Travis CI and see this build. Yep, okay, so this is going to start building, and then we can also go take a look at the Heroku app. What did I call this? Project Ideas Twitch. So we just have a project idea holder, but as soon as it finishes on Travis CI, it's gonna, because I put this onto the master branch, it's gonna push it and deploy it out. But that could take a little tiny bit of time. In the meantime, let's sort of take a look at what we're gonna be doing next time. We're gonna be using the, well, right now on the app, if I come to /home, I destroyed all of the styling. So all the styling is terrible and doesn't exist anymore. But this entire form works and allows me to log in. And there's also a register form. I want to redo these in Vue components. So that way I can just like switch to the page and do that and show that. And actually get them working using the API that's already provided to us. Then I can delete these views, and then all we're going to have is just the very basic view for that just sets up Vue. The views that sets up Vue. Yeah, that's definitely good. Did it build and deploy? I mean, it claimed it did. There we go. So now deployed is we have the real thing. So I believe, I don't think I have this stuff in a description for the stream yet. I should set all of this stuff up here because this is one of the big things that we've been working on. So I will share, this is the deployed link. And also, GitHub is not on here. Here is where all the code is. So feel free to sort of go look through that. In the video descriptions and the sort of like the archive highlight of today, I'm going to put the links to this in also. So that way they'll, no matter where you are, you don't have to like write this down from the chat. It will be, it'll be in the description somewhere. Besides that, I'm been streaming on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays morning, Mountain Time, 6:45 a.m. until 8:15 a.m. Does Heroku just magically come with SSL without thinking about setting it up or renewing it? Yes, it does, but right now only with if you have the .herokuapp.com. If you end up using your own domain, I think they may set that up for you, but it may be an extra cost. I don't remember. Oh no, it is an extra cost. You can't use the free. You can't use the free Heroku to get the SSL. But if you use like Hobby or Better, which is $7 a month, you will get it. But right now, I don't really care. So I'm getting HTTPS just because of this. Right, so I'm streaming not every single weekday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6:45 to 8:15 Mountain Time. That's GMT -6, I believe. And on Sundays, I'm streaming with Kale from YouTube, and we're building an app together, which is the schedule page for my stream and his stream. So once we get that up and running, then we'll have a schedule page that I can send you to that will show when I'm actually streaming. So with that, I don't have anything else, so I'm going to leave you to it. I've got links to my social media down below if you want to go follow me there in case I can't make it or am I doing a one-off stream. But besides that, I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend too. And I'll see you on Sunday, I hope. Have a good one.